everybody, welcome. I'll wait a couple seconds for people to join. Hi. Thank you for being here, you guys. So excited. It's Tuesday and we get to dance again. This is great. So I'll wait a few seconds and just introduce myself again. My name is Cruddas and I'm a dancer with Canada's Ballet Jörgen, and I'm here to teach a beginner level ballet class for all of you today. Hello, hi, thank you for being here. I'll turn off the comments and get started. If you have any questions at the end of the class, I'll turn the comments on again and get some answers hopefully for you. So we'll begin. This class is going to focus a little bit on balancing and maintaining turnout while on Demi point. And it's a little bit tricky right now. We're in our houses and who knows what our floors are like. My wood floor here is really, really lovely, but sometimes it gets a little bit extra slippery. So I actually today have put a little bit of water on the base of my socks, because my socks are the only things that actually provide a bit of friction on this floor. So I am going to do that. If you want to go ahead and do that as well, a good trick is to dampen a paper towel and then step on the paper towel, have the paper towel next to you. So yes, focusing on maintaining turnout while on Demi point and working on our balances as well. Let's get started. So we'll begin at the bar. We're going to do a warm-up as per usual. We'll start in our first positions and we're going to start with our hands on the bar in front of us. I have my imaginary bar here. We're going to tendu with our right leg. We tendu front, turn it in, back to turned out and a close. Same side, side, turn it in and then out and a close to the back and in and out and close just en croix, which means a cross. You're making a full cross, front, side, back, side. Then we go to the other side, front and a turn and an out and a close. Side, turning in and out and a close. This is where we're waking up all our muscles up top, the same to the side. La la la. Then we're going to go side bend, side, up and over, 2. We do a plie here, 3, 4. We're going to curve around, curve forward, curve sideways, curve backwards. This is a nice high release. You're not hinging backwards. You're lifting. You come straight back up. We do the same thing other side, over, plie, stretch, roll through the front space, through the side space, through the upward back space, come back to the front. Then we're going to turn sideways to the bar and we stretch. We do a stretch forward like so, however you'd like. I like to bend my back knee to get a bit of a calf stretch in there as well. Through your back, turn and twist, other side. Again, forward stretching, backward little release, and side stretch as well. And that'll be it. If we'd like, we'll try our little roll up through and our balance here in first position. Okay, so the pattern is super simple. Front, in, out, close, side, in, out, close, back, in, out, close, side, in, out, close. Left way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sideways, around, back, up, sideways, forward, back, and up. Sideways to the bar, stretching, and finish. All right, let's give this a go, everybody. Starting at the bar, feet in first position, hands on the bar, already waking up your turnout muscles, really, really strong, so we can focus on our rotation through this whole class. Ready? Hands on the bar. Tendu right foot front, front, turn in, turn out, close to the side, maintaining your turnout. Don't move your hips, just move within the hip socket to turn in. You're not letting anything change in your hips. Again to the side, other way to the left. To the back. Side bend, right arm up and over. Bend, plie. Stretch, curve through the front space, through the side space, to the back. Recover, other way. Plie. Stretch through the front space. Side. Curving back. Up, stretching it out. Forward bend. Sideways to the bar. Stretching. Other side. Continue to stretch. Good. Come back. Plie, roll through the feet to balance. Maintaining your turnout that we just worked on. Keep holding it there. That's it. Keep holding. We're thinking about our eye line here and the level of our chin. We don't want our chins to be too high. We don't want them to be too low. Our eye line is going straight out, if anything, a little bit lifted, and then your chin is following in that same projection, so a little bit up and forward. And come down. Good. Let's do our plies. We're going to move on to plies sideways to the bar. Plies are going to be very simple. We're just going to add a couple rises today. So first position, breathing 6, arm to first, open to second. We plie with a cross. Now we talked about this as well. We're not going to cross too much. We're just going to go to directly in front of our midline. Our midline, imagine right now I have a zipper on. Imagine you all have a zipper straight down the front of your body. You're not going to cross over onto the other side. You're going to hit that zipper only, okay? So we cross and stretch. Now we're going to open and lift our supporting the hand that's been on the bar. We're going to lift it to 5th and to stretch. And as we stretch, we're going to élanger slightly, not a huge lift, but a slight reach to go grand plie, 6 and a 7 and 8. Forward bend here, but we're going to go up on a rise first. Maintain that turnout. It's really tricky. Try to hold it there. Forward bend, 2, rolling up, 3, 4. We'll take a moment to test our balance, 5, 6, tendu to second. Repeat. Crossing and stretching. And reaching and reach. Other side. Grand plie. 6 and a 7 and 8. This way we're going to do the same thing. A little rise. Side. Towards the bar. Coming up. 4. Again, away from the bar. 6, still on rise. Lower rond to 4th position. This is where it gets different. We do plie, stretch, plie, stretch. Again, plie, but with both arms crossing to a nice first position. Plie, stretch, plie, both arms come up to 5th, stretch. We go up to a rise. We do a slight back bend, tiny, tiny lift through our sternum to go up and over to the back. You can release your arms slightly to an arabesque position. You're on your rise, you go up, and we're going to bring this arm up to balance, lower, tendu to close to 5th. Again, plie, stretch, plie, reach, grand plie, 7, 8. From here, this is the tricky part. If you'd like, go up onto your rise, full rond de corps, forward, hitting your forward space, the side space, to finish in a rise. La la la, that's it, okay? last week about feeling a bit of a weight kind of at the front of your ribs. So rather than feeling like you're forcing them inward and downward and creating a lot of tension through our body, we actually just have as if there's a little bit of a waterfall falling down along the front of our ribs. And that weight, that feeling of something moving downwards, that it turns into a motion rather than a stuck position, okay? So I have to think about this all the time, having a little bit of a drip along the front of my ribs. So they are constantly thinking of a downward motion, not being stuck and then having a lot of tension in my upper body. Then, when we go forward in our forward bend on rise especially, when we do our forward bend, it's our goal not to shift backwards in order to go forward. It's our goal not to hinge, but to actually go up and over forward. It's very, very difficult, especially in a turned out position because you don't have much supporting you forward. But you want to be as forward as you can be and then rolling through your spine in order to get up. So again, the weight goes down the front, and then in order to get up, the weight comes back down along the back to get back up. When you're on rise, it's really hard. Everybody try this with me. You're on rise in first position. Hold on to your bar. It's all good. Go forward, up and over. Think of that weight going forward, dripping off your ribs, and you're staying as turned out as you can in your legs. Then, in order to come up, the weight goes down through your tailbone and it curves all the way up through your spine. Yeah? And all the while you're pushing down with all your might down into the ground. That's to root us in there so we don't flail all over the place. It's really hard and I fall over all the time, but just keep working on it and we'll eventually get there. All right, let's do our left side, or other side, right hand on the bar for plies. First position. Waterfall ribs. Lift through your elbows. Grand plie. Rise. Here it is. Root down to the ground. Curving up. Balancing, lower, Tendu side. Again, cross. Try to use your head as well. Side bend, you can rise here. Think of those same roots going deep down into the ground. To fourth, cross. It's easy for us to forget about our ribs in fourth position. This is as much a reminder for myself as it is for you. Up, backwards. Balancing. Keep that turnout. Again. Lower down with a lot of control. Good, everybody. All right, plies, got some movement going. It's hard to keep all of this maintained as we move our upper bodies and we're thinking about a million different things at once, but that's what will make us great dancers in the long run, okay? All right, let's do our tendus. Tendus, we're going to go from fifth position. Our Tendu exercise is going to be very simple. It's a lot about, again, the use of rotating our legs in opposition at all times. whether we're in a tendu, whether we're in a fourth position or a fifth position, or whether we're in a rise. So let's go over the exercise here. 6, 7, 8. Front, lower to fourth, rise, lower, back to tendu, close, rise, lower. So these rises are not going to be gathered. So we could do, if we're in fifth position, we could gather the rise and come back down, but we're not going to. We're going to go up to where our toes are and back. So as we do this, this is a good way to think about rotating. We don't have the same feeling of legs pressing against one another for that opposition help. So we're thinking about it without actually feeling it as securely. We're rotating outwards and rotating as we come down as well. It's a little bit easier if we're just doing that. So it's a little bit harder to do it the way that we're doing it. Okay? Pattern again. Front, lower, rise, lower, tendu to fifth, rise, crossing the arm, lower. Side, lower second, rise in second, lower the arm with an allongé. You go up, down, you go side, closing back, rise, crossing your arm, rotating through the legs, lower. Back, lower back fourth. Allongé rise, lower back to fourth. Tendu, close, cross the arm, lower. Side, lower, up, lower, side. From here, we're going to gather everything up, détourner, other side. Fifth and front and a lower, fourth and a lower, tendu, back to fifth, rise, lower, side, lower second, up, lower second, side, closing fifth, rising and lowering, back, lower, up, lower, back, lower, crossing, lower, side, lower, lift, lower, side, squeeze it up, détourner, other side. Now from here, we're actually going to go back down onto flat. We're going to take a coup de pied. Coup de pied, really strong. Hold as long as you can. Take your hand off the bar, 7, 8. Now, this I am very bad at. So we're going to be struggling through this together. We have our coup de pied here. We're going to try to rise without holding onto the bar. Rise, rise, rise. And don't let our coup de pied swing inwards. So we have the rotation happening in this leg and the rotation happening in this leg, but we can't let this leg take over and rotate away from this one. So opposition without the bar if we can. Rise, 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 and our coup de pied, keeping our rotation nice and turned out. Then we'll do the other side. Same thing, coup de pied, really, really strong. Opposing legs, rising, holding, and lowering. That's the end of our exercise. Front and a lower and a rise and a lower and a tendu and a rise and a lower. Side, lower, side, rise, lower. Back, rise, lower, side, fifth, other side. All right, let's give this a try. It's not too quick, it's pretty good. Holding the arm in second except for our crossing and our allongé. Ready? Front, lower, rise, lower, front, close, cross, lower, side, lower, reach, lower, side, close, cross, and lower, to the back, lower, rise, lower, back, close, rise, lower, to the side, try the other side. Balancing. Off position to rise. Good. That's it, everybody. Nice job. That's really hard. Why don't we all try that rise once more at the end together? So we're in our coup de pied devant. Coup de pied, again, it's as if we've scooped up and we've captured some ice cream at the arch of our foot, and we're going to lift it a little bit higher. I always like to have it a little bit too low, so have it a little bit higher, just above your ankle bone, just at the base of your calf. Hold this coup de pied really, really strong. Then, don't let the supporting leg take over. Reach through both sides, opposition, turnout, rising, holding, holding, letting this stay nice and turned out. Other side. Let's try the other side, everybody. Coup de pied. You're there. You're holding. Really strong. Now, opposing, turnout to lift. There are candy cane legs that are spiraling in opposition to get up, and you're done. Good, everybody. Thanks for doing that with me. Okay, so candy cane legs, I've talked about this many, many times. We have a strong candy cane, the white candy strip looks great. Then there's a little spiral of red ribbon that runs all the way up. And so our red ribbon is spiraling, spiraling, spiraling upwards and outwards on one leg and upwards and outwards on the other leg. Those are our candy cane legs. A little bit silly, but a little bit fun. Helps to visualize sometimes. All right, let's do a dégagé, a jeté exercise. So we're going to go and 1, 2, 3, out piqué, close, hold. Okay? Let's do this all together. And 1, 2, 3, out piqué, close. Side, 2, 3, out piqué, close where we came from. Back, 2, 3, out piqué, close where we came from. Again, side, 2, 3, releve. We're going to squeeze up this time. Squeeze up, détourné, other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and out piqué and close. Side and 2 and 3 and out piqué, close back. 1 and 2 and 3, out piqué and close. 1 and 2 and 3, squeeze, détourné. Then, next part of the exercise. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Through first to a rise up, as if we're doing a dégagé, but now we're on a rise on our supporting leg. Our arm is above us. You can take your hand off the bar if you'd like. If not, hold on. We're going to do the other side. We go front, back, front, back, front. These are cloches. Back, front, back, through up, hold, 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 other side, okay? I'm gonna move this so you can see me a little bit better. All right, again, 1, 2, 3, out piqué and close. 1, 2, 3, out piqué and close to the back. 1, 2, 3, back piqué and close. 1, 2, 3 to the side, soutenu. 1 and 2 and 3, and out piqué and close. 1 and 2 and 3, and out piqué, close back to where we came from, close, out piqué and close. 1, 2, 3, détourné. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Brush, hold, hold, hold. Keep it there. Other side. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Up and a hold, hold, hold. Other side. All right. Let's do this. Dégagé, jeté, just off the floor. We'll do 2 Oreo cookies, the height of 2, let's say double stuffed Oreos, so a little bit thicker, okay? And when we do our jetés, we're going to think of reaching and holding. We're not going to just get to a position and like stop it there very, very quickly. We're going to get there with a lot of length. So we get there and close. Get there and close. Not clutching inwards, okay? Let's do this. Our dégagés. 1, 2, 3. Out piqué and close. En croix. 5th position. 1, 2, everybody. That's pretty fun. So when we're brushing through for our cloches, we've talked about this as well, how we want our cloches to be a swing, a pendulum movement. So to swing and to get up into our rise, imagine that your arm is your leg. Everybody try this with me. We're doing a nice swing with our arm. Feels really free in through here. It's quite nice. Now try to hold, suspend at the front. Good. Again, let's swing, 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 swing. Keep going and suspend. Hold to the front. Now let's try that with our legs. We're going to get to the front without sticking, okay? We're going to hold it there with lightness and brightness and a lot of suspension. Suspension is the word that I want you to think about. So, cars have suspension, and that means that helps when cars are going over bumps. It adds a little bit of bounce. So we need to add air, add a little bit of breath and bounce to our leg as we're coming through. So we're going to go front, everyone try this with me, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Suspend, holding. It makes it so much lighter, right? You have more power through your legs because you're ready to think upwards, not downwards, okay? So a lot of the time in dance, especially when we get to jumping, when we're trying to do a very light, buoyant movement, we have to think about suspending rather than thinking about getting to a really secure position, because oftentimes if we can suspend, it gives our body some space and time to get to the exact right mechanical position, okay? So think about that. Let's move on. We're going to do a rond de jambe. I'll show on the other side today. All right, we're going to go front, side, back, slight lift off the floor, very, very tiny lift off the floor. This lift is just enabling us to think about creating a dimple in through our bums for our glutes to make a nice, I don't know how to show it. It looks like a frisbee a little bit, okay? We're going to lift. Then we go front, again side, again back, little lift. We go front, side, back, on plie, front, side, back. Now here, through a plie to go up, that same lift, suspension through, a little rond on layer, in a little rise on the supporting leg. Lower down, we reverse, back, side, front, little lift, 2, 3, back, side, front, lift, and 1. Regular, 1 on plie, start on plie to go suspend, lift around, 7 and 8. Forward bend, we go up and over on a rise, 2, 3, 4. Back bend, 6, 7, and 8. From here, we're going to come up to a passe, 2, 3, balancing 4, holding 5, holding 6, holding 7, holding 8. Through, grab your heel. So what I'm going to do here, I'll come closer, grab inside of your heel. So your arm wraps through around your calf and grabs hold behind the heel, okay? We're going to do this. This is shouldering the leg. Hold it here. Hold on to the heel, keep it flexed here. We're going to do a little stretch, however you'd like, holding it here. I'm going to try to release and hold it. Doesn't need to be high at all. We're just going to try to maintain our turnout as we come to the side. So from the front to the side, our heel should be pointing that way, forward. And we're going to try to keep our heel pointing forward as we release, and we're going to hold it there, okay? So again, this pattern is front, side, back, little lift. Front, side, back, little lift. 1 regular, 1 on plie, plie, to go rond on a rise, lower. Reverse, side, front, hold. Back, side, front, lift. Regular, plie, we'll keep our arm in second, rise, 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 lower. Forward bend, back bend, passe. Let's bring our arm down through to our nice Saturn first position, passe. Then we'll scoop through into our shouldering the leg. All right, everybody, are you ready? Fifth position, really strong, chins out, chest open, rond de jambe. Arms to second, keep them in second. Front, side, back, little dimple. Again, side, back, little dimple. Regular front, side, back, on plie. Front, side, back. Again, through to a rise, keep it up, lower, down. Other side, reverse. Second, front, little lift, and back. Side, front, little lift. Front, or sorry, back side, front. On plie, back side, front. Again, around, keep the turnout, gather, forward bend. Keep it up and forward, back bend. Passe, retire. You're scooping, thinking about rotating through here so our hips stay nice and level. Balance. Shoulder the leg. Grab under. Stretch as you'd like. Take a moment. Holding it, keeping the heel facing the front. However high you'd like it, you're done. Good, everybody. Excellent. Okay, we're going to try that again on the other side. We are thinking about our suspension as we go through. Suspension up, lifting, lifting, lifting. We're rotating in our opposition so we can stay really nice. This is the same thing that we did in our coup de pied. Now it's just way harder because there's more weight going outwards. So we need to keep thinking of the lifting suspension so there's not as much weight going downwards and sideways. Suspend through that leg and it'll be easier to maintain the turnout on the opposition leg. Okay? Alrighty. Fifth position, right hand on the bar, rond de jambe, the other side. Arm to second. Front, side, back, little dimple. Again. Through, faster. On a plie. Keep over the supporting leg, suspend and lift through. Reverse. Back. Side. Front. Left. Back. Rotating through both legs. Again. Front, back. Side, front. Plie, back. Side, front. Plie. Lifting up. Rond. Suspension. Close. Forward bend. Lifting through your sternum. Passe, hold. Saturn arms. Open through your shoulders. Ready? Shoulder the leg. Stretch how you need. Doesn't need to be high. Keep that turnout. Heel facing the front. Coming in to finish. That's it. Good, everybody. Do you feel how the suspension helps you? Helps keep the rotation a little bit easier on your supporting leg. If you think about lightness on your working leg, the supporting leg can really take over and be very, very strong. Good. Take a moment, grab some water. Just using my towel here. It's finally getting warm, so these days are going to be hotter in the house. I should open some windows maybe. We're going to move on with a fondue. And our fondue exercise is going to be, again, a bit of a play on what we've been working on this whole time. Our lifting through our supporting leg and maintaining turnout on both legs. We're going to do simple fondue en croix, fondue to tendu, and I'm going to rise and lower every place. Okay, so fondue to tendu, rise and lower, keep it in tendu. Fondue, we're going to do a little simple port de bras, so it comes into first position as we go into our coup de pied, to side, to rise, and lower. Back, tendu, rise, lower, again, side, tendu, rise, détourné, other side. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's it. Okay. Again. Fondue to tendu. Little rise and a lower to back to tendu. Fondue to tendu and a rise and a lower. The second I find is the hardest because it's really hard to have a flat turned out position to the side and also maintain our turnout on the supporting leg. So when we're in this second, if our leg needs to be slightly in front of us in order to have the maintained turnout on the supporting leg, that's absolutely fine. Let's think about that, okay? A little bit diagonally in front of us as if we were here rather than totally flat, okay? Then back to tendu, rise to lower, again to tendu, rise, détourné, other side. Now, here, we're going to take a moment and do a balance of our choosing. So, I'm going to do a balance in attitude devant. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to try to see if I can keep a balance coming through passe. Don't touch the bar. Back into an attitude to hold, to expand. Woo! Me and that painting. Here we go. He's okay. Everything's okay. Then I'll go to the other side and I'll do the same balance on the other side. But whatever you feel most comfortable trying, you can do a passe, you can do a balance in second, that's a really tricky one. You can do just a plain balance in attitude derrière, a slight balance in arabesque as well, whatever you'd like. This is your chance to be a little bit creative as well, to think of a balance that maybe is pretty tricky for you, and then you can work on it. Right now, in the privacy of our own homes, no one will see you falling, okay? Or not falling, maybe, hopefully, you guys got it, I know you will. You're great. All right? Fondue en croix with a little rise between. The whole thing soutenu other side. Then just a simple balance, whatever you'd like at the end. Ready? Fifth position. Strong. Fondue front, fondue, front, rise, lower, tendu, again, fondue, side, lifting and rotating, tendu, back, turnout is such a hard thing for me, especially on the slippery floor. So we don't want to grip. I've been finding that, here, I'll sit down and talk to you guys for a second, because this is important stuff that I don't always bring up, because it's a different situation right now. A lot of the time we're used to really great marley floors, or we're used to having rosin available, or just regular circumstances. But right now, everything is different. So I'm finding that I'm gripping a lot. Every time I take class, which is every day, I try to take class every day, I grip through my body in order to stay balanced and secure on this floor. And it's very unhealthy for all of our joints. It's really hard to avoid, but if we can think about releasing into our bodies a bit more, and just not thinking about sucking out of the floor, thinking about spreading into the floor. Maybe that'll help. If you're noticing that you're getting strange little aches and pains every once in a while, try to think back to what may have caused it, and think back to, oh, maybe in Haname's class on Tuesday I was gripping a little bit too much, or maybe I was practicing my pirouettes and I was lifting my heel before I took off because it feels a little bit safer. Just try to be more aware and more conscious of everything that you do, because we have to be right now. I'm clearly still not conscious of my space, so it does take a lot of work and a lot of just being very present and mindful, but it will help us eventually, and it'll help get rid of all those little extra pains that we're all dealing with. Okay, so we're going to move into the center now. We're going to do a développé exercise. This is about, again, staying very grounded in our legs, imagining that we are big, beautiful trees, and our roots are going deep down through our heels and spreading outwards along the ocean, or not the ocean, the forest, my brain, the forest floor. So all the roots are going through, down deep into the ground. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I have space here so I don't kick anything again. Our développés are going to start in 5th position, very simple. We're going to développé through our passe. Again, this is our scooping upwards, so we're not lifting through our hip. We're using our rotating through our inner thighs that we worked on last Tuesday. We're rotating through our inner thighs to a passe, to développé devant with our arms up, tendu lower. Same thing, I'm going to do the same thing, développé to this side, tendu lower. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the back. My arms are going to come to the 2nd position, tendu. Hold, we plie, we rond to gather up into 5th, soutenu, and I'll step back and re-prepare for the other side. Okay, again, that's développé devant with arms up to 5th en haut. Développé à la seconde with arms up to 5th en haut. Développé en derrière, arms to 2nd, holding here, plie rond to gather 5th, to soutenu, and that'll be it. Okay? Front, side, back, tendu lower, rond de jambe, gather, soutenu, other side. Okay? Développé. Think about those roots. We're doing our développés for the first time, not at the bar. Ready? Get to 5th position. Right foot front. Passe. Développé en avant. Tendu lower. Again, side. À la seconde. Tendu lower. To the back. Tendu hold. the music can help inspire us and inspire the correct type of movement as well. So that music was very grand, very heavy, very weighted. And so if we think about that heaviness going down into the ground, that will help us not grip too much and be too lifted and kind of stuck through our joints. Okay. I'm going to move on, actually. I have a releve exercise that I would like us to do. We're going to go from first position. We'll have our hands on our waist because why not? Why don't we stay nice and focused on our legs today? So we'll go, that's wrong. Up and a down, up and a down, up. Okay, ready? 6, 7, go. We plie on 8. Up, down, up, hold, lower. I'm sorry, I'm going to get rid of the plie. Down, up and down, up, hold, lower, up and down. Okay, this is the version that we'd like to do. We go up and a lower, up, hold, squeeze to lower, up, lower, tendu to second. Again, up and a lower, up, hold and a lower, up and a lower, tendu to fifth. From here, we're going to do either gather the front leg or gather the back leg. We're not going to go squeezing both ways. We're going to go gather, lower, hold, lower. I'm going to switch and do the front leg now. Lower, up, hold, switch, lower. Again, up and a lower, up, hold and a lower, gather other way, and a lower, up, and switch. We're going to go emboîté, en avant. So we go forward with our emboîté, okay? Without pliés, we go up and a down, up and a hold and a down, up and a down, up and a lower, tendu second. Same thing in second, same thing in fifth. Emboîté en avant. That emboîté is over, like so, okay? Up and a down, up. Hold, lower, up and a down, up. Switch en avant, lower, okay? Let's give this a try. First position, hands on your waist. Waterfall, ribs, up, down, up, hold, lower, up, down, tendu, lower, up, down, hold, rotate, lower, up, down, tendu to fifth, up, down, hold, lower, up, down, emboîté and lower, up, down, hold, lower, up, down, emboîté, lower. Good, everybody. So, take a second, shake out your legs. I feel it a little bit in my calves, but I also feel it a lot, I also feel it a lot through my upper legs. So, take a second and stretch out your calves a little bit, but hopefully you'll also feel a nice work up through your glutes as well. That's where we want to feel a lot of the fire coming up for our rises like that. All right, our last exercise that we're going to do today is a balance exercise. So this is a bit of a challenge. I had one of my early teachers, she would get us to do balance competitions, and it was so much fun because it was always about how long we could challenge ourselves to balance. So I would time myself in one class, and then the next class I would time myself again and see how much longer I could balance the next time. It's pretty fun. So we're going to try this right now. We're just going to go in fifth position, and we're going to try to balance in retire. So it begins like so, fifth, have our arm in our nice Saturn first position. We're going to passe up. This is where we're going to think about rotating again. so we don't have to have too much weight going down into our legs. Lifting, suspending through our inner thigh, and then the roots going through our supporting leg. And remember, we're in our imaginary, always fifth position to change. We'll do the same thing. In order to lift the leg, we need to imagine that we're still staying in fifth. We're in fifth the whole time. We're passing, but we actually have the support of two legs going down deep into the ground. And that'll be it. So we're going to balance as long as we can. I'm going to turn on the music. I'd like you to balance as long as you can. At the end, I'm going to say you can do a little curtsy, a little bow, whatever you'd like, just to release and have a moment of happiness after tension, okay? Not that we should have too much tension when we're balancing, but let's give this a try. Everyone start. We can already be on a rise in our fifth position. And we'll go all together. Ready? Fifth position, really strong. Saturn arms. Passe. When you're ready. Rotating, lifting through. Think about that waterfall going down your ribs. Try the other side. Everybody ready? Pull up through. Lots of space in our chests. Open those shoulders. If you'd like, you can move your arms. Let's take a second. Thank you to ourselves and our bodies for cooperating with us today. I'll say thank you to my little cat who just joined me now. Remember to be kind to your bodies. This is a very odd time. So make sure that you all let your bodies know that you appreciate them for holding you up. Everybody, here's Bud. Come say hi. Come say hi. This is Tugger, everybody. Tugger is my family's cat, and he is named after Rum Tum Tugger from the musical Cats. He's a very silly guy. He has a little bit of arthritis, just like me, so he has a little bit of a limp, but he is very, very sweet. That concludes our class for today, everybody. I will be back on Thursday to teach as well, the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or 4 p.m. if you're on the East Coast like I am. And yeah, we will be here for the rest of May, so you can keep stopping by. Hirota will also be teaching classes on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you. It's so nice to be able to connect with you all this way every week. If you have photos or comments or questions, you can send them to Canada's Ballet Jörgen on our Instagram page, or you can do the hashtag Ballet with Hannah May and hashtag CBJ community. We really appreciate hearing from you all, and you're such a great team to be working with, so thank you. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye!